So I was planning on videotaping this from start to finish, but you know how that goes. Just forget. So I am replacing a locking pin on an HWH system for a 2001 Foretravel U320. It's got the one slide in the living room here. And over the past year, I've been getting a lot of hydraulic fluid from this system outside the slide. It's dripping down on top here and then, pouring down and then dirt getting on it. And it was small at first, but it got worse and worse. So, got on the forums, did some research, and figured out how to get this thing off of here. So, for those of you that know, there's a beauty valance here, a big long piece. There it is right there. And it has, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 or 12 screws going up right here. And they all came out without breaking except one, this very end one here. So, actually it was already broke, but when I reached my screw up in there, it just was loose. So, and then obviously from the previous owner, I think there was a roof leak at one time, but definitely some water had gotten in here. I don't know if this is normal or not, but just kind of weird. You wouldn't think water would get in here. That's why I'm thinking when he said he had a roof leak at one time and got it fixed, maybe that's when it did most of this rust. So, but I don't have any water when it rains on me. So I believe it's probably corrected. So anyway, so I took the valance down, and there's this other little beauty piece here. This was only like 4 or 5 screws up in there. And that came right out. And then I was able to open the slide all the way out, and then it gave me, nice, easy access to this. So the first part of this process is releasing the hydraulic pressure from the system. And on my specific situation, the light on in here. Am I still recording? Okay, yeah. In my specific situation, there is the hydraulic reservoir right there, and then this manifold block, and then there's 4 valves. So the upper right and the lower right are the valves for the actual slide arms, and then the upper left and the upper left and the lower left are for the locks. So what I did is I turned these T-handle valves just counterclockwise like you would, and instantly I heard a little pressure relief on this upper one. I didn't hear nothing when I did the lower one, probably because the pressure was up against this valve, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, these are the 2 valves I released, and that is a very important piece of this, they say, because you might get hydraulic fluid sprayed in your face. So then next I came in here. All right. So these are my little caulking tube condoms that I use when I use a caulking tube, and I don't use it all. I roll these over. So I decided to use these to plug these off, because apparently it's very critical you don't get any contamination in that. These are the studs, 2 males, and then This was a female spinner on mine, and then up against the beveled piece, and then there was another nut right here that spins freely, and it came off fairly easy, and it didn't drip at all. So once you relieve the pressure, but you can see it's been dripping. I believe it's dripping from up top, so we'll see. It has stained, which sucks. It's stained. The fluid had been leaking, and this was hard to see until I get a light on it. I didn't even know that was there. It could have been there before we bought it, or not. I'm not sure, or it happened in the last couple of years since I've had this. So that's ruined forever. I mean, that's always going to be there probably. But that's why I'm believing it's leaking from the top piece. So we'll see when I get this off of here. I'm probably going to buy a new one, though. They're out of control expensive. $540 with my discount at Foretravel, or $601.97 from HWH. So I do have a call into Northwest RV Supply, and they didn't call me back yet, but I am assuming they're going to be around the same price as Foretravel, because Foretravel is with the discount. So yeah, $540 plus tax and shipping. But I probably should have an extra one, because I could just send this in to get it fixed, but I'll probably do what somebody told me to do, and that is rebuild this one and have it as a spare, so that way if this one ever leaks, this one's dry as a bone, so I'm not worried about that right now. So but I'll have an extra one, so I guess that's good. All right, so I have so far taken out these 8mm hex nuts, 2 of them. These are broke loose. I disconnected the, what they call the handgun or something. It goes up in here, and I think it's a sensor, so it knows when the locking pin is up or down. So that way it knows not to let you put it in drive unless it's in or out. But this also has to do with that too. This is a sensor, I think, that tells you, this one tells you when the slide is closed, for sure. And that other sensor that went up in here tells you when the locking pins are up or down. So, and hopefully it's fine. I mean, it was working. It's been working fine. So I'll just put everything back when I'm done. So yeah. So maybe I'll shoot another video when I get it off. I'm not going to probably see anything obvious. I'm hoping it's just a seal and not cracked. There was some people online saying that there's sometimes can be a hairline fracture in these things. So we'll see. All right, more to come. Thanks.